Today I'm going to be talking about 3 systems that I use every single day to stay organized. These are systems that I use on my computer and phone, but I have been known to be a sticky note gal in the past, so if you're a pen and paper kind of person, I totally respect that. But I have found as a millennial it's really nice to have my systems kind of syncing, talking to each other, accessible on my phone, computer, iPad, everything that I'm using, and that I don't lose it because I have definitely lost some sticky notes there in the past. Hey guys, it's Marissa. Welcome back to another episode here on my channel. Today I'm going to be talking with you about how I stay organized in my personal and my business life. I run a small business, and one of the things about being an entrepreneur is that you wear so many hats. It can be so easy to become disorganized or only focus on one area because you're wearing the hats of marketing, of editor, I'm speaking of my business, of like editor, of shooting and billing and keeping track of the client projects, bookkeeping, all of this stuff. It can add up very quickly, and so having some systems to stay organized is critical. It's critical in your personal life as well, because I find myself laying in bed at night thinking of my to-do list and sometimes feeling overwhelmed to the point where I can't sleep. And so for me, staying organized is also a healthy habit. It's something that I have to do to stay mentally well so that I can stay physically well, and everything is holistically linked to each other. So being organized is very important for me in my personal and my business life. In this video, I'm going to be sharing 3 apps or systems that I live and die by every single day. There's not a day that goes by that I don't use these 3 apps/systems. So let's talk about the first one, which is my Reminders app. This is an app because I'm an Apple user. I have access to this app, and it syncs through the cloud on my computer and my phone and my iPad and all of my devices. There are probably similar note-taking apps, but for me, I really like the functionality of this app and that I have it everywhere on all of my devices. So here on my iPhone, I just click on my reminders, and here I have multiple lists stored. So at this time, I have to-dos, shopping, I have a list for things from Lowe's and meal prep. And you can make as many lists as you'd like, but for me, this is what I have right now. I didn't organize this in any certain way before I started this video. I'm just showing you my real life, how I actually use this in real life. So for example, on my to-dos, this is kind of like a daily list for me, things that I want to accomplish each day. So this isn't necessarily a long-term list. It's things that I literally need to get done in that day. And this may be things for my personal life and my business, because I have, I'm going to show you in a minute, I have Trello boards for all of my long-term projects. So I just put on here, literally when I'm laying in bed at night thinking of all the things I need to do the next day, I just put whatever's in my head on this list. Or when I get up in the morning and I'm having my breakfast and stuff, I make my list of just the things that I want to accomplish in that day. And I really try hard to get everything checked off this list before I go to bed. And if not, some things can roll over to the next day. But I do try to keep it manageable and just keep my daily tasks on this list. So for example, I have a few work projects such as culling Kevin and Sawyer's wedding. I have Madison's video for her grandpa that I needed to edit, as well as working on Anil's second video for his birthday. So that's kind of like work stuff that I needed to get done. And then some personal stuff is I wanted to hang up some Walmart prints that I ordered. I put them in the frames. I haven't got them hung up on my wall yet. I need to book a camera gear rental. I also needed to run the recycling in our house. I am like a recycling hoarder. I needed to run that to the center because it was getting completely out of hand. And then I had a drop off to Addie's, just something I needed to drop by to someone. So this is just like stuff that I need to do when I have time. There's obviously daily tasks that I need to keep up with, such as like the dishes or changing the laundry or whatever. And if something gets to the point where literally I need to have it on my list, maybe I'll put it there, but I'm not going to put like brush my teeth and eat breakfast and I don't know, change my underwear on this list, because that's just kind of stuff that I do every day, kind of similar with just keeping the house tidy and stuff, but kind of maybe projects that are a little bit more out of the ordinary, or work tasks, or just things that I don't want to forget, definitely go on this app. And in fact, while we're at it, I need to add to my list, book a dental appointment, because that's not something I would do ordinarily, and I keep forgetting to do it, so it's going on my list. So just a quick peek at some of my other lists. I keep like a shopping list. This is just stuff that I notice I'm running out of, and I put it on my list so I don't forget. I will say I'm somewhat of an intuitive shopper, and I look at what's on sale and stuff like that, but some of the basics that I may be forgetting, such as peanut butter, I know we are out of, and want to make sure I get that next time I go to the store. I have also like an umbrella for our picnic table, and I have a deep freezer on here, which is not something that I need immediately, but I've kind of been looking around on the Facebook Marketplace to keep an eye out for it. So anyways, I do have a shopping list that is like groceries and just stuff that I need to buy. And then right now I have this specific Lowe's list because we're doing a lot of house projects. So just as we're going along doing our projects, I don't want to be going to Lowe's like every single day. So I try and get what's on the list when I'm around there. So like right now on my Lowe's list, I have hanger hooks for plants, 15 bags of gravel, some flowers from the front porch, some hanging baskets. I need a bigger planter for my snake plant because it's grown a ton. I need to get a gray paint color matched because the people that painted the house before we bought this house didn't leave any extra paint, and I need to do touch-ups, so I need the gray paint for that. I'm also thinking about shutters. I'm not 100%, so it might just stay on the list for a while, but anyways, you get an idea of the things that pop into my brain. I don't want them taking up space in my brain, so I just put them here in the notes. Another list I have here in this reminders app, and really this is just kind of like a list app for me, and I like that it has the bullet points so that I can like check things off as I'm going along. But this is like some ideas of, I try and do like a meal prep day every Monday, so things that I want to cook. So like right here I have banana pancakes. I have some really ripe bananas, so I kind of like will bulk cook a bunch of pancakes, keep them in the freezer, and then just pop them in the toaster. I want to chop and wash the fruit that I have, make some chia pudding, some hard-boiled eggs, chicken teriyaki bowls, prep a thing of rice. We have potatoes that I need to cook, make salad and salad dressing, and cook the ground beef. So anyways, this is just kind of a list of the things I want to do the next time I do a meal prep. Some of it is like actual meals I want to make, and some of it's just like cooking some stuff. So I don't know what you want to make sense of, but that works in my brain. And just to know that I need to make like the chicken with teriyaki sauce, I'm gonna make rice, I'm gonna make ground beef, I'm gonna make salad, cut up all the vegetables, because then I can kind of mix and match stuff together rather than like a really specific meal. So anyways, that's how I've been doing that. So that's it for the reminders app, and that's what it's called. But like I said, there's probably other apps that might be like this. This is just the one that I love and use because I'm an Apple user. Alright, so the next application I'd like to talk about is called Trello. Trello is awesome. It's kind of like a bulletin board, like an online bulletin board. I use this in my personal and my business life as well. I've actually been using this for a really long time. One of my college professors suggested it, and we started using it then. And it's just kind of trickled, and I've used Trello for, you know, about 10 years now. So I've used Trello for almost 10 years now, and it's great because it's free. And you can like share your boards with other people. It doesn't matter if they're an Apple or an Android person. It's very user friendly, and I love to use it on the computer as well as my phone. So I would say I use it on the computer more, but it is nice to have it accessible on my phone as well. So here I'll give you a quick glimpse into my business board. Our business that we run is called Maypop Media. It's a photography, videography, and podcast production company. And so right now I have all of my projects here. It's full of like a lot of weddings and then just some other small things that I need to do. And you can see I kind of have them sorted in priority of when I need to get them done. I also have due dates listed there, so I am seeing that I have something due in a couple days. I have some things that are coming up very shortly that I want to get done ASAP. So this is great because once I'm finished shooting a project, and again, this is pertinent to my business, but you could probably apply it to whatever you're doing, but once I have all the footage, I get it uploaded into my computer and I type it in here on the Trello board. I put any notes about the project that I need to remember, because sometimes these projects take me, 6 weeks to do. So notes that I have about like their music or just the style or important moments from the day, like the first look with the dad was really sweet, or the bakery really needs to showcase this part of the video for their flavor of the week, or something like that. I'll type in any notes and then drop the due date that I want to accomplish it by, and put it up here on my Trello board. Once it's here, I can look at the notes, and I do sometimes add things here or there if a client will text me and say, hey, can you add this, or don't forget about that. But it's just kind of a nice place for me to keep all of the projects there so I don't forget about stuff. We also have Addie, who's part of our team and working part-time with us, so I have a few things here on her Trello board. I will make a project card and then drop it onto her board if it's something that I need her to do, as well as we have like a link to her time card for hours that she's working for us, etc. Mitch kind of is doing his own thing, but occasionally he'll help me with projects too, so sometimes I put stuff on his list there as well. I have a board for projects that I've finished and I need to upload them, mail them out. Maybe I'm like waiting for some edits from a client, so I'll kind of move it over to that board so it's like, I know that it's like mostly done, but anyways. And then I have like a list of tasks that I want to accomplish that are not on the priority, but just things that I think of that I want to do and maybe make time for them later, as well as we have like the login info to all the softwares and websites that we use so that our team has access to it. And then Mitch has a list of his podcast clients here as well. So I will say something that I've started doing, you can notice it here on some of our finished projects that I want to get better at, is that you can actually color code where you're at in the project, and I primarily did this so that Addie, who is working with us, I can kind of see where she's at in the process. These are called labels, but I have a color for like just to mark the color on where you're at in the project. Are you culling it? Are you syncing it to music, coloring, cropping, doing the titles and transitions, submitting for approval, revisions, or is it a podcast? So anyways, I'm not perfect at that, but it is a nice thing that I have set up in that system as well. And I also have Trello boards for like my life. Let's look at this one for my house projects. I've kind of made maybe this is a little extra, but I've kind of made these little, this is my board, and I have made all these cards for each room in our house. And then just kind of like all the tasks that we want to do for that certain area. So this is just things that I think of, and sometimes I'll link my Pinterest inspiration pictures as well. It's kind of just a place that I can brainstorm all the things that I want to do for the house. And I don't know, it's really helpful for me. So there's a peek into my Trello boards with the cards, and it's really great, user-friendly platform. I really enjoy it. The last thing that I will talk about for today is Google Calendar. I live and die by my Google Calendar. My Google Calendar might look a little overwhelming just because sometimes I have access to other people's calendars and I will put different things on there just depending on what I'm doing. But for the most part, I have a color that's like my personal life stuff, and then I have a color that's like my business stuff. I also have a color for like Mitch's stuff, and then a color for any stuff that is Addie's calendar. I can toggle that on and off so I can give her certain tasks or ask if she's available to do things with our business. I will put times on stuff. Google Calendar is easily accessible on your computer as well. So I look at my Google Calendar every single day and I'll add things that are at certain times. So if I book a class, maybe to take the dogs to, I would add that to my calendar. Just me personally, I don't necessarily add things that I do on a daily routine, such as like going to the gym at noon. That's just kind of a daily routine item for me, as well as like waking up. It's kind of a daily routine. I get up about 8:30 or 9. And that's not stuff I feel necessary to add to my calendar, but this is stuff that might be more out of the ordinary daily tasks and habits that I already have implemented. I will say I know some people that use their Google Calendar and they will fill out every single hour on the hour. More power to you if you do it that way, but I just kind of keep track of things that I feel like I might forget. I also really love that I've been able to sync this with certain programs. Google Calendar is very accessible that way, such as the software I use to manage all of our client bookings. It will automatically add something to my calendar. So you can see like here I've got like an inquiry for a date. Other times you can see I've got the title of the project, so that means it's been booked. But I like that I can see stuff that people have asked about as well. So yeah, even, you know, a lot of apps, like for example, when we went to the movie, it automatically added it to my calendar. I'm staying in a hotel next week, that automatically added to my calendar. So that's kind of a nice perk about Google Calendar, is it's just very friendly. I've been using Google Calendar for years, so I used to have like a separate calendar color that I would do for my piano lessons, and then I could separate them from like my personal life and my gigs. And right now I'm trying to narrow down so I just have like our business, Maypop Media, and my personal life. It can be a little too much sometimes, so I'm trying to narrow down a little bit here on the calendars. So those are the 3 apps and systems that I use to stay productive, and you'll have to let me know in the comments if any of these systems are something that you use as well, or if you have any suggestions on some systems that I should look into to make my life a little more organized and easier. Don't forget to put a like on this video if you enjoyed this type of content. That helps me know that you enjoyed this type of content, and maybe I should make more content like this. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel because it is free and I'm posting new videos every week. I will catch you next week, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you very soon. Bye!